Hello, Dems. My name is Noreen Spears, and I am a volunteer canvasser in Douglas County. I recently attended some canvas training, and I learned that this year, as part of our voting drive, we are encouraging everyone to apply for an advanced ballot. Now, there are some handy things to know when you're helping someone fill out this form, so I thought I'd make a video both as a refresher course for myself and as a resource for anyone who might not have been able to attend that training. Now, there are several philosophies behind this effort, and I guess the one that kind of works for me as I go door to door is that it allows me to ask my neighbors to commit to vote by filling out the form, and then I know that they'll receive the ballot 20 days prior to the election. So even though I'm starting my canvassing months in advance of the election, I know that they'll get a ballot in their hands and be reminded 20 days before the election date. It also allows the voters to take some time to get to know the candidates on the ballot by attending a local event or perhaps visiting a website. Which reminds me, we will be posting candidate profiles on our website, douglascountydems.org, as well as other election information, so please visit that address if you have any voting questions. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at that advanced ballot application form. Of course, as you go door to door, you'll be working with a printed copy, not viewing it on your computer as I am. But for the purposes of this video, we're going to go over the application as it appears on the screen in a fillable PDF form. Now, if someone asks if they can fill out the form online and send it in by email, they can certainly do that. They can email it to our county courthouse at elections@douglas-county.com. Forms can also be mailed to the courthouse at this address. But as we go door to door, we want to encourage everyone to fill out the printed version so that we know that they have completed it, and then we can offer to take it to the courthouse for them. So let's start at the top of our form. The first blank asks for the county of the elector. That is the county that the voter is registered in. The next one asks for the state, which of course is Kansas. And the next one can be a bit confusing because it asks for another county. This is the county in which the application is completed. So most of us will be canvassing in Douglas County, and that is what we would encourage people to write in this area. Now, here is a situation that could certainly happen in Douglas County as you're going door to door. You might knock on the door of some college students. So say one of the students is from Pittsburgh, Kansas, and they're still registered to vote in Pittsburgh and don't plan to change that. Well, you would have them fill out Crawford County on this first blank for a county, because that's where the county that Pittsburgh is located in. And then for the third one, the third blank or the second line for a county, they would fill in Douglas. Okay, now let's go on to section 2. This section requires the voter to fill in their Kansas driver's license number. Most people don't come to the door with this in their hand, so you may want to offer to wait while they go and find it. If they do not have a Kansas driver's license, here is a list of other identification cards that will work. If they are using one of these other IDs, they will need to send a photocopy of it along with their application. This is one of those times that email might come in handy if they would like to take a photo of their ID and then email it to the courthouse. Or you could also offer to take a photo for them and then go home and print it out and attach it to their application. Of course, they could also take a photo and then print everything out and mail it via the U.S. Post Office, or they could visit the county courthouse with those documents and personally deliver them as well. Let's go on to section 3, which is their personal information. This asks for their name and address, but then it asks for their political party. Now this is important when they are filling out an application for an advanced ballot. And this is something that I didn't mention before, but you need to fill out an application for each election. So as you're going door to door, if there's a primary in your precinct, you will want to ask people to fill out 2 of these applications so that they can get an advanced ballot for both the primary and the general election. And then, of course, after August 2nd, the date of the primary, you would only need 1 for the general election. There is actually one exception, and that is for voters with disabilities or who are mobility impaired. They could actually fill out a different form, which is called the AV2, and a single form will allow them to receive ballots automatically for every single election. So if you do knock on someone's door and you see that they are disabled or mobility impaired, then you might want to have that AV2 form for them to fill out. Okay, on to section 4. This asks for the address for the ballot to be mailed. This is especially helpful for people who will be traveling or maybe in the military. It ensures that the ballot will be delivered to the location that they are in 20 days prior to the election so they can still take part in our local elections. And section 5, which is asking for the date of the election. Of course, this is again very important when they're filling out an application for both the primary and the general election. For the primary, they would want to fill in August 2nd, and for the general election, they would want to fill in November 8th. And then they are asked to sign, date, and add their phone number to the bottom of the application. Now, this is very important. The forms must be turned into the courthouse within 2 days of being signed. We encourage all our canvassers to collect the completed forms from the neighbors they visit and then either deliver them to the county clerk's office or you can drop them in the collection box that is located in the parking area of the courthouse. This concludes our demonstration of filling out an application for advanced ballot. Please check out our next video in this series where we will put this knowledge into action by knocking on a door. Thank you.